This is Middle East Brief with Avi Kaner, your daily intelligence update on what actually matters.
Today's podcast begins with a headline many people may have missed. In December 2025, Israel became the first country in the world to formally recognize the Republic of Somaliland. That was not just a symbolic footnote, it was a strategic signal. Because behind that decision lies a relationship with far more potential than many people realize. And the public response was striking. After recognition, there were celebrations in the streets, with Somaliland citizens waving Israeli flags and welcoming the announcement as a historic breakthrough. Now the relationship is moving from symbolism to structure. A few days ago, Israel appointed its first ambassador to Somaliland, another sign that recognition is becoming a real diplomatic partnership. And the conversation may be spreading. Yesterday, Senator Ted Cruz said the United States should recognize Somaliland as well. That is notable because international recognition often begins with one country, then gains momentum. There has, of course, been some backlash. Somalia has protested Israel's recognition of Somaliland, but Somalia itself does not recognize Israel, making its objections look difficult to square with its own diplomatic posture. First, what is Somaliland? Somaliland is a self-governing territory in the Horn of Africa that declared independence from Somalia in 1991. It has its own government, currency, it has its own military, and of course runs its own elections. It has maintained relative stability in a difficult region. It has 460 miles of coastline along the Gulf of Aden, one of the world's most strategic maritime corridors. But despite functioning like a state for decades, it remained outside broad international recognition until now. That creates great opportunity because unrecognized places often look for pragmatic partners, and innovative countries often look where others are not paying attention. That is where Israel enters the story. And there is already a major Gulf connection as well. The United Arab Emirates, through Dubai-based DP World, has invested heavily in Somaliland's port of Berbera, one of the most important assets in the entire region. But this was never just about a port. The UAE helped modernize terminals, improve cargo handling, expand logistics capacity, and upgrade Berbera into a more competitive commercial gateway. It also backed the Berbera Corridor, the road and trade network linking Somaliland to Ethiopia. That is a major development. Ethiopia has more than 100 million people, but it has no coastline. Every new trade route matters. A stronger Berbera means Somaliland gains transit revenue, jobs, warehousing, trucking, and long-term commercial relevance. The UAE's involvement also sent a message to global investors. Somaliland is open for business. So this is not just a theoretical story. Serious regional players already see value there. Israel has long built relationships beyond traditional diplomatic circles, sometimes with emerging states, sometimes with overlooked regions, and sometimes with countries that value technology, agriculture, water expertise, and security cooperation. Somaliland fits that pattern. Look at the map. Somaliland sits along the Gulf of Aden near one of the world's most important shipping lanes, linking the Red Sea to the Indian Ocean. That makes it strategically relevant far beyond its size. For Israel, stability in the Red Sea corridor is important. Trade routes are important, maritime security, countering Iranian influence, and reliable partnerships are all important. There's also an economic angle. Israel is a global leader in desalination, irrigation, agri-tech, cybersecurity, and medical innovation. Somaliland needs infrastructure, investment, water solutions, jobs, and growth. Those needs and strength complement each other. Imagine a triangle of cooperation: Israeli innovation, Emirati capital, Somaliland geography. That combination is extremely powerful. There is also symbolism here. Both societies know what it means to build institutions under pressure. Both understand resilience. Both have had to prove themselves in difficult neighborhoods. Of course, there are obstacles. Regional politics are complicated. Recognition can create backlash. But serious diplomacy often begins with practical interests. Before embassies come projects. Before headlines come investment. Before formal ties come trust. So when people ask why Israel and Somaliland fit together, the answer is simple: innovation, strategy, investment, geography, and opportunity where others saw none. Sometimes the next important relationship is the one few were watching.
This is Middle East Brief with Avi Kaner. If you want clarity, not noise, follow and share. Continue the conversation on X at Avi Kaner. Back tomorrow